The Federal Reserve will issue a key decision on interest rates later this afternoon, followed by remarks from Fed Chair Jerome Powell.
Now, the central bank is not expected to cut rates because key economic data shows inflation. It just persists across the country. The last rate hike was in July 2023, and they've remained steady since.
J.D. Durkin is here with us in Studio 57. He's a CBS News contributor and financial journalist. J.D., talk to us about what economists are really looking for, particularly when we hear from Fed Chair Jerome Powell later today.
I don't think it'll be much of a surprise what the actual decision will be at this point, because, as you said there, Errol, inflation still remains very high. So it seems like a foregone conclusion there won't be a decrease or a bump up in interest rates. But it's really, I think, the context of what Chairman Powell has to say. How highly is he prioritizing some of these stubborn inflation readings, or is he more inclined to say, well, because in the long term we've seen progress get closer to that 2% target, we still feel as if it's appropriate to at least somewhat expect that we'll have interest rates later on in the year. We always talk about the importance of not just the policy decision, which comes out right at 2 o'clock, but then, of course, that question and answer portion that comes out at 2:30. Sometimes on Fed days, we have these what we call dot plot projections, the anonymous survey. We don't get one of those today, so it'll be really interesting, I think, for investors to pay attention to. How does Powell change basically what happened? The dot plot we got a month ago, is he inclined to say that data is already that old, 4 or 5 weeks, because of the stubborn inflation readings we've had ever since?
So what is then the key data that would lead the Fed to make the decision? It seems like most people want to cut rates, because from everything you've just laid out, we're just not there yet.
Yeah, we have so many acronyms. We've got CPI data, we've got PPI, and as if that's not enough, we've also got PCE data. That last one, personal consumptions expenditures, comes from the Commerce Department. Yeah, it is still high, but core PCE, meaning you strip away some of the really volatile elements like food and energy, those things can be susceptible to extreme weather patterns, things like that. Core PCE is probably the most important number, if there is one. And that one, at least the good news is, that is the closest to the 2% target, currently at 2.8%. And Chairman Powell has been incredibly consistent these last few years to say core PCE is probably the one we look most closely at. And that'll be something that economists and investors are very eager to listen to him talk more about this afternoon.
JD, I want to get your take on something, because Axios is reporting that Treasury Secretary Janet Yellen is going to be pushing for the Federal Reserve's independence. Why is the autonomy actually a question right now? Because the Fed is independent.
Yes, it is. However, it's also an election year.
Right.
And I think a lot of people want to be very careful kind of not to mix this kind of muddy future there with electoral politics and the central bank. In theory, the central bank is supposed to operate completely independent of political forces. You also have former president and now Republican nominee Donald Trump. He historically has not maintained that independence. He's been very quick to criticize Fed officials. He has said, oh, if I become president, Jay Powell is out of a job. And he's also he's played a little bit of this game in his interviews, I've noticed, where he says, well, you know, if the central bank cuts rates, it's only because they want to help Joe Biden, aside from the reality that if they cut rates, it's because inflation is actually doing what it's supposed to be doing. Because Janet Yellen is a former Fed official herself, she used to lead the Fed like Jay Powell does now. I think she's inclined to use this opportunity on Friday in Sedona, Arizona, to remind American voters that that independence is very important, and keep that top of mind as we inch closer to the election.
Good to fact check some of those comments. All right,
Sure.
JD, thanks.
Thanks, JD.